Yes, my name is Guillaume de Fondaumière. I'm Quantic Dream's co-CEO and the executive producer of Beyond Two Souls.
Come on, Holmes, keep up!
Move it, recruit! It's not a fucking Sunday stroll!
I think the secret, if you can call it so, is to start out with a great story. And my partner David Cage is, I believe, a great storyteller and a great director. And he's creating stories with characters that are meaningful and offering gamers the possibility to change the course of the story through their actions is, I think, makes for a very meaningful experience. And I think this is the way you can create emotion, is by creating context and by crafting characters that people can relate to and giving them the possibility to express themselves through these characters. Yeah, working with actors such as Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe has been an incredible experience for us. Their talent, their level of professionalism, as I believe, is making a big difference. And I think it's, Beyond is probably one of the first games that is going to truly show how much a game can benefit from having the performance of such talented actors. They've really given an extraordinary performance, both Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, and I think it shows in the game very much. On Heavy Rain, we used traditional performance capture technique. We went capable of capturing both the voice and the body at the same time. So what we're doing is, in the recording studio, audio recording studio, we placed some cameras, and so the actor was really sitting in front of those cameras. He couldn't move much, and we were capturing his movements, but then the actor had to go into the other motion capture stage and do the full body performance, and then we had to reconcile the two. So it was a very complex procedure, and the result wasn't as fluid, as realistic as it should be. And thereby we decided to try and develop a new technique that is called performance capture, where you capture in the same shot the voice, the face, and the body animation of an actor. It also is a technique that enables us to capture the performance of several actors together. So they really have the possibility to interact with each other, to look themselves into their eyes, and to really play like they would do on a theater play or in a movie. And that makes a big difference at the end in the performance. I don't think it's limited in terms of gameplay. The fact that you are set to a certain amount of animations. I don't know for other games, but I know that Beyond Two Souls features 30,000 unique animations, hours and hours and hours of dialogue, and our job is to make sure that each time, whenever there is a choice to be made, the player is offered contextually a rational number of possibilities. If we did our job right, each time the player can choose. And whatever his choices, whatever his actions, there are going to be meaningful consequences. And the story is going to evolve thanks to players' actions. I think that at the end, players will be thrilled by the level of non-linearity, by the level of choice that they have in this game. And I think that compared to other games, it's offering a whole range of choices. Beyond is really a game in which your actions have consequences, and these consequences craft the outcome of the story. So very much like in Heavy Rain, the player is going to be faced with choices, sometimes moral choices, tough choices to make. We're also going to build up this choice, build up the character and the player to get him into the right emotional space before making those choices, so that those choices are going to be sometimes tough to make. Yeah, so in Beyond Two Souls, you're playing two characters in their own right. Jodie Holmes, this little girl between the age of 8 and 23, but also Aiden. And Aiden is really a character in its own right. You can switch between Jodie and Aiden almost all the time. And what I find particularly interesting in Beyond is the relationship between the two. So you, as the player, are really all the time both characters, and the story evolves. You know, at the beginning, Aiden is a little bit like Jodie. He's young. He doesn't own his strength so much, and as the story evolves, he's becoming more affirmative. He's also becoming more affirmative towards Jodie. Sometimes it can be quite jealous, even, and so there is this very interesting relationship between the two that evolves through time, and which will also, at certain moments, lead to certain choices. There's one fundamental difference between Heavy Rain and Beyond, is that in Heavy Rain, everything was pretty much taking place in confined environments. In Beyond, we're offering the player the possibility to explore very large environments. For instance, in Somalia, the scene that we're showing here, we really built, a city, and it's quite big. And there are other scenes. If you remember the scene that we showed last year, Hunted, we really have the possibility to go through a forest, and then you're in a suburb of a city. So yeah, there are very large environments in Beyond. You've seen it in the trailer. At one point, you're even taking a horse to go through these environments. So yeah, large settings. The game is going to release in Europe on October 9th, 2013. So 4 months.
Watch yourself out there, Jodie. I don't want anything to happen to you.